God's Not Dead is one of the worst films to come out in 2014, which is saying a lot considering all the hits that came out that year. The main plot of the film is about a college student named Josh who is persecuted in his philosophy class when he is asked by his professor to write down "God is dead" on a piece of paper. The production company behind the film is a company called Pureflix. They claim they specialize in making family-friendly quality entertainment.
What's this?
You've been assigned a partner.
A partner? Let's get one thing straight. I am the man, you are the dog. I am the cop, you are the dog. I am talking to a dog.
Obviously, this business model succeeded with God's Not Dead, with it making over $60 million on a $2 million budget. However, critics were not so kind, with the film receiving a 15 on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb's user rating giving it a 4.9 out of 10. I guess it's no wonder why the film was so bad when it was literally produced by Michael Scott.
My cookie, try my cookie, try my cookie, try my...
Anyway, without further delay, here are just a few reasons I don't particularly like the film God's Not Dead. Number 5, the editing, cinematography, and music. Before we get into this category, I want to claim that I'm not an expert on any of this. However, just listen to this part in the film.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
See, it's not terrible, but it could be way better, and honestly just makes this film feel bland and kind of cheap feeling. To be honest with you, I don't have a lot to say about this category, and it's honestly just kind of a nitpick, but its level of quality just makes the film look even worse. Number 4's category is the acting. The two main leads are actually pretty good. Most of the acting is decent. Nothing special, but decent.
I don't know when was the last time I had chicken.
That would be yesterday, for lunch and dinner.
Are you serious? I don't think she should have the same thing every...
You think of anything else gonna make her that happy?
However, there is at least one very horrible actor in this film.
Your results came back positive. You have cancer.
I don't have time for cancer.
Walker told me I have AIDS.
However, I can't say her bad acting is not actually enjoyable, because without it, we wouldn't get the best scene in movie history.
I've just been named partner.
I think I have cancer. Did you hear me? Did you hear what I just said? I have cancer.
This couldn't wait until tomorrow.
I thought you loved me.
I do. But you're changing our agreement. You're breaking our deal.
You make it sound like a contract negotiation.
Well, what did you think this was?
I thought it was love.
Grow up, Amy.
You understand that I might die.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's really all I'm going to say about all that. Reason number 3, the 50 million different main characters. No joke, this film has like 5 different main plots and a few more subplots. In fact, to show you all the characters in this film, I've composed them into a TV intro.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
The main plot of this film is Josh versus Professor Radisson in the classroom. I actually like this plot, or at least the first 2 scenes with it. The second is Amy, a woman recently diagnosed with cancer. It's also a reporter that tracks down the Duck Dynasty gang and interviews them.
I'm actually surprised to see you here. I thought you'd be home, barefoot and pregnant.
The third is Mina, who's also subplot number 5000's sister and Professor Radisson's girlfriend?
I don't see a ring.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
The fourth is Pastor Dave and Reverend Jude's hilarious misadventures with a car.
Sometimes you don't make any sense.
Sometimes you make too much.
The fifth is Aisha, who is a Christian in her Muslim family. Technically, there is another plot with Pastor Dave where he interacts with most of the characters in this movie. There's also one subplot with this foreign exchange student named Martin.
This film actually could have been better if they would have just focused on the plot between Josh and the professor. However, this film was made by PureFlix, so I don't really think they were trying to make a quality film here, so.
Number 1, the second half. We begin with the best scene of the movie, which happens right after the second argument between Josh and Professor Radisson.
Lies, lies, and more lies.
This scene chronicles why Professor Radisson does not like God.
What happened to you?
When a 12-year-old watches his mother dying of cancer, it's only natural to beg God for her life.
This scene is probably the most well-acted scene in the movie, and it's actually my favorite. I will leave it at the very end of my review and completion. The film does a complete 180 with quality, when in the next scene, Aisha, the Muslim girl, or ex-Muslim girl, gets beaten, thrown out of her home. After we check in with Martin for a few minutes, we get the worst acted scene in the entire movie, or maybe even in the entire history of movies. After that atrocity, the filmmakers literally think we're idiots and reuse a shot from earlier in the movie. I'm not even lying. Look, it's the same man walking across the screen on both video clips.
Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
We then cut to a scene where Mina finally breaks up with Professor Radisson.
Jeffrey, I'm leaving you.
Excuse me. What are you saying?
I'm leaving you.
You can't do that. I won't accept it.
I swear, sometimes this movie just wants me to hate it.
But I said I don't accept that. I won't allow it.
Also catch up with Aisha in one scene. Finally, the third and final argument between Professor Radisson and Josh. Just like most trilogies, this is the worst.
I made a mistake with you, letting you speak in front of my classroom and spew your propaganda. Well, today, we're going to change things up a bit.
What he means by that is to take the only good thing about the film and ruin it. The debate begins like most of the other debate scenes in this movie. However, it's not the beginning that I'm worried about. It's the ending that makes this scene horrible.
Is Professor Radisson, who's clearly an atheist, doesn't believe in moral absolutes, but his course syllabus says he plans to give us an exam during finals weeks. Now, I'm betting that if I manage to get an A in the exam by cheating, he'll suddenly start sounding like a Christian, insisting it's wrong to cheat, that I should have known that.
And that line right there is the start of where this argument reaches its climax in the most disappointing end ever.
So why do you hate him? It's a very simple question, Professor. Why do you hate God?
Because he took everything away from me.
Yes, I hate God. All I have for him is hate.
How can you hate someone if they don't exist?
So Professor Radisson wasn't even an atheist. So how is this even a good movie title as God's Not Dead when he's not even battling a real atheist? I mean, look, I'm sure there are some atheists out there who probably just hate God. But I know for a fact that there are some that just don't see the facts that align with God's existence.
God's not dead.
God's not dead.
The class sides with Josh, and all the Christians in the movie decide to go to the Newsboys concert. Professor Radisson, after reading a letter from his mother, decides to go to the Newsboys concert to try to win Mia back. Also, Amy becomes a Christian. Okay, so I can forgive every bit of this movie's faults, except for this.
So much for sunny and clear skies.
That's right, the idiots at PureFlix decide to kill off the antagonist instead of doing something smart like having another battle with him, maybe getting more into his personal life. How about we just kill him? Because that's the right idea.
I can't die. I'm not ready.
Professor Radisson succumbs to his injuries and dies, but not before becoming a Christian.
It's okay. It's okay.
We end the film with all the main characters at a Newsboys concert, playing What Do You Know? God's Not Dead. So yeah, the film sucks, but I do like Reverend Jude in the first two class arguments, but everything else is pretty terrible, and honestly the Christian film genre deserves better. There are so many talented writers and Christian books that could be adapted and be better than this film. I mean, obviously its core audience liked it, but let's be honest, the film was not made to convert people to Christianity. It was made to make money off churches and Christian groups. However, just last week another Christian film came out called The Case for Christ. Another PureFlix film, but it seems to be getting more positive reviews, so maybe there is hope. I give God's Not Dead a 1 out of 5, and I'm glad the review is over. I mean, it's not like they made another one and are planning another one right now.
Sort of like what Jesus meant when he said that we should love our enemies? Yes. You have heard it said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. One of your students sent a text to their parents. Did this happen? If you're asking whether I responded to a student's question, yes.
And your answer incorporated the words of Jesus.
What were you thinking, Grace?
Well, at least I'll have 2 more movies to review. Anyway, if you like this review, please subscribe to the channel and press that like button. Goodbye.